This isn't going to be one of those videos where I say you have to wait till the end, you have to see the whole thing before you get the advice. I'm going to give you the advice right away that I was given. And then I'm going to tell you how I put it into place, how it changed my life, how I still use it now, and how it can change your life. So you can decide whether you want to just take the piece of advice I was given and go, that's it, I'm done, I'm complete, that's enough for me, and then click off. Or you can watch through the whole video to see how this has been so powerful for me. The advice I was given was that motivation is a transient emotion. Let me give you some context. I was just starting my coaching career. I had hired my own coach to help me get motivated and do all the stuff in my business that I didn't want to do. I'm an artist, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm ADHD, I'm a creative, and I pride myself in feeling like I feel like doing this today. I'm into my intuition. Like today is a day where I'm going to wake up and I'm going to decide what I want to do. I'm going to see how I feel. And I never, weirdly, felt like doing all the admin and all the stuff that I see as boring stuff or saw as boring stuff. And this advice, and my coach, who I was paying, told me, why are you not doing it? I said, I'm not motivated to. And my coach asked me what the point of today's session was. What do you want to get out of it? And my answer was, I want to find the motivation to do the things I don't want to do. And he said to me, why? And we had an hour's conversation about the fact that motivation is nonsense. It is slippery. It changes depending on your circumstance, depending on your emotions, depending on how much you've slept. And it is not a metric to design your life by. After I got that advice, I put systems into place for everything. So I set a timetable. This is how it worked for me, how I put it into place. I made systems that I could then just follow. And every day I got up and I just did the thing that it said on the piece of paper that I needed to do. And okay, this might not have changed my life in a dramatic way. I didn't go from 0 to 100 customers overnight. I didn't become a millionaire in a month. There was no dramatic story, but the change in me was monumental. Taking the emotion out of doing the things that you want to do will change everything for you, because all of a sudden you're not relying on the way you feel, which is so transient. We have so much content to consume, so many books to read that tell us how important motivation is. So many motivational speakers talk about how to find the fire in your belly to do the things that you want to do, whether that's losing weight, getting outside, starting your business, doing admin, replying to phone calls, whatever that is for you, tidying the house. It doesn't matter what it is. We have so much content out there that tells us finding the motivation is the answer. And here are 99 ways that you can find the motivation to do the things you don't want to do. And I call bull crap on that, because you know what? I'm never going to be motivated to do admin. On a rainy, windy day like today, I'm not going to be motivated to get outside if I'm left to my own devices. And here is how the advice that I was given all that time ago is still impacting me now. At the time, it changed my business. It changed my approach to work, and that changed my life. Today, the way this has changed my life is I spent 2.5 weeks in Canada. I got back 6 days ago. I was out in the wilderness, minus 33 degrees. I was snowboarding, I was snowshoeing, I was hiking. I was just outside all the time. And my motivation for life was big, and my zest for life and my passion, and I was so grounded and so inspired, and I felt so healthy, and I slept well. And I promised myself I will not go more than 7 days without spending a substantial amount of time outside. And I don't mean walking to the car or walking to the shop. I mean like this, in the forest. Now this morning, I got up and I knew I had planned to be outside today. I knew that it was day 7, and if I didn't go outside today, I'd miss my 7-day window, and I had every reason to not go outside. It's rainy, it's windy, it's dreary, it's not exciting, I'm tired, my hormones are all over the place, and I just thought, I don't know that I'm going to get outside. And then I took myself straight back to this piece of advice. The motivation is not the thing to rely on. Systems are. Motivation is an emotion. It is subjective. It is changeable. It can change dependent on the weather literally today. I used to say that as a metaphor to my clients, but today that was literally a true thing. The weather changed my motivation. And instead of falling back into old patterns and waiting to be motivated and thinking, well, maybe one day next week I'm going to really feel like getting outside, I just came out. And you know what? I feel amazing for it. And it's a tiny thing. It's such a small thing. To other people, this wouldn't even be a thing. But for me, so many shifts have happened. For a start, I'm outside, I'm getting exercise, I'm in nature. So I have all those healthy things that I wanted. But it's so much more than that. It's mindset mastery. So I feel like I have won today. This is a victory. I don't want to do a thing, even though I know it would be good for me, even though I love being outside. I'm obsessed with being outside. I didn't want to do it. And I wasn't going to do it. And then I remembered this piece of incredible advice and I used my systems. I put my socks on, I put my boots on, I made myself a hot drink to bring with me. I stuck my hat and my coat on, I got in the car and I drove. And now here I am making this video for you guys. Motivation is not the thing that's going to get you where you want to go. Discipline is going to be the thing that is going to get you where you need to go. And you can do this. You can use discipline. You can get up and you can do the thing that you set the day before. And here's a bonus piece of advice. And that is set the things that you want to do the next day, the day before. Because if you don't do that, you are relying on your emotional state the next day to make the decisions for what you need to be doing. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do that. I want you to be the master of your life. And that means removing yourself from an emotional state when you're making the decisions for what you need to do the next day. To a certain extent, I want to call bullcrap on the motivation industry because it's not motivation that gets us where we want to go. It's discipline that gets us where we want to go.